Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Today I will read to you a story from the book of Nisai, quote number 5400. It will also include verses from the Quran, chapter 57, verse number 27, 28, and 29, and also the verse number 24 from the chapter number 5. In the story is about the kings and Muslims that were true Muslims and false Muslims, or we can also say that by name Muslims are not the very practicing Muslims. There were kings after the time of Eesa ibn Maryem. They were told by their people that some people are saying that whoever is not judging according to the book of Allah, they are disbelievers. So the point is that they were reading the verses of the Bible, and their verses that they were reading, their story was told to their kings that they are reading these type of verses, and actually the kings of that time had changed the Bible. So the story was read to the kings, and the kings invited all these believers and gave them two options: either die or start reading the Bible that we are going to give you. So it also proves that Allah rule is same. How the Quran chapter 5 verse 44, in the last section it states that whoever is not judging according to the book of Allah is a disbeliever or are the disbelievers. So this verse applies to the all people sitting at the governing places that are issuing orders and to the judgments for the public. These verses apply to them. So Allah rules does not change for the nations. This was the verse of the Bible, and now it is included in the chapter 5 verse 44. And the second point, it proves that previous prophets and their true followers are Muslims. Let's continue to the story. So the kings gave them two options: either die or start reading the Bible we are giving to you. So they denied and told king, gave us options so we can uh, give us some leverage. We are going to live outside of your kingdom, or build us towers, we will live upon the towers, or we will go into the jungle or far places where there we will live. And Allah revealed in the Quran that this type of behavior they chosen, that they want to go and live in beyond the kingdom that was adopted by themselves. Allah never told them to do that. And in the verses 27, 28, 29, chapter 57 of the Quran states that these behavior that they adopted, Allah never told them, and they were not compliant very strictly to the orders of Allah after that. And many of them, Allah said in the Quran that many of them failed afterward. So they started living in the far beyond places, and when the Prophet Muhammad came, these people know, because they were true believer, they were following Bible, and They came to the Prophet, they accepted Islam, and Allah revealed. I already mentioned verses, above mentioned verses, that they were given double reward for their patience and for their telling the true Quran. So we can conclude from that Allah is very strict in His verses. Allah is very powerful king and the only king that will not listen to anyone if someone is disobeying or someone dies at disbelief. So this also applies to the today rulers that are governing the government. And so these verses also conclude that the people who do not give our past statements or judgments according to the law of Allah, they are disbelievers. So temporarily in this life, I think we are disbelievers. And what we have to live by the rules of Allah so that we can die as a true believers, not the false believers. The false believers also called kafirin. So we don't want to die on this disbelief.